In this video, I'll walk you through how to set up a development environment, which will enable you to develop gateway workflows and REST endpoints. Why is this important? This is important because every company has an automation strategy as well as the need to change production code-based logic due to changes in compliance or ever-expanding requirements. This enables you to develop self-service forms or REST endpoints for other business units to consume, as well as updating your current deployed production code base. This also allows you to debug your code if you're having issues. It will allow you to see the values assigned to variables. What we'll demo shortly is how to set up PyCharm, Python interpreter setup, gateway Docker code-based extraction and copy locally, create a new Python project, install gateway third-party dependencies in PyCharm, run in gateway in PyCharm.
All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to log into my gateway server. Now that I've logged into my gateway server, I want to extract that code base. I do that by issuing a Docker copy, BlueCat Gateway, portal. So now you'll see that the portal directory is outside of the container, and now after that, I need to tar that up. And after I've tarred that up, I'm going to exit the gateway server, and now I want to copy that locally. So now I have that locally. I'm going to extract it. Now that I've extracted, I'm going to move Portal into my PyCharms projects, and I'm going to rename it to the gateway version that I have. And that gateway version is 20.6.1. So now I'm going to open up PyCharm. I'm going to create a new project by selecting Open. And I'm going to select that file that I copied over. It's 20.6.1. So now I have my project open. I'm going to set up my Python interpreter. Change it to 3.6 and click OK. And then now I need to install my third-party dependencies. And then to do that, you open up in the config folder, requirements.txt. You inside that file, you do a right click and say install all packages. So depending on the operating system that you are installing this on, you might have issues installing third-party dependencies. So for example, I'm using a Mac and I had problems installing this third-party dependency. So what I did is I had to install Homebrew. After I installed Homebrew and added that to my path, then I was able to successfully install the Python 3 SAML. So down in the right-hand corner, you'll see all the packages are being successfully installed. And after that is complete, we can now start Gateway locally. So to do that, you right-click on the app, do a right-click and say Debug Application. So now it's started. And to access Gateway, you go to your local host, port 5000. And now we have it. So now I'm going to show how to create a new workflow. So go to Administration, Create Workflow, fill out these fields. So now you have the choice at the bottom to select either a self-service UI form, or you can do a REST endpoint. So I'm going to choose the self-service form. So now if you go back to PyCharm and you go to BlueCat Portal Workflows, you'll see the new form workflow. Now, since we're in a development environment, we'll have to restart Gateway for us to see this change. So to do that, I click this little green arrow, and what this does is it stops and restarts the debugger. So now I can go into Gateway, and I can now see the new form workflow, and I'm going to assign the permissions to all. And after I click that, you're going to see it show up here. So now here is our new workflow that we can start developing off of. So one of the other great things about developing in PyCharm is you can set debug points. So to illustrate that, I'm going to open up the page, and then when I click submit, I want to put a breakpoint here so that I can see some of the values on the form. So to do that, I'm going to select demo, enter my password, a random IP address, and then I'm going to submit. So now you'll see that I have a breakpoint set here. I can drill into my form and see all the data that we have set for our variable.
So in review, we've covered how to set up PyCharm, including setting up PyCharm interpreter, extracting the Gateway Docker code base, create new projects, install dependencies, ran Gateway PyCharm, and create a new workflow, which enables you to begin developing in Gateway.